In this AI Creator Workshop session, you will learn how to build a team of AI agents who grow your business. Or as my guest for this session would say, AI gone wild. And I'm joined by no one other than Molly Mahoney. She's a digital marketing strategist, keynote speaker, and former NYC performer who helps entrepreneurs blend AI-powered marketing with authentic human connection. With viral videos hitting over 39 million views and features in Forbes and Inc., she's known for turning complex tech into simple, profitable strategies. And she launched her business, The Prepared Performer, in 2013. And she has since helped thousands of people to show up more powerfully, turning their message into a revenue-generating movement. And this session is amazing. You're in for a treat. Molly always brings the value. That's why I keep bringing her back for a lot of my workshops and summits and everything I'm doing. So with that said, let's dive into the session here. So Molly, if they stick around until the very end of this session, what are they going to walk away with?
Oh my gosh, you are going to have so much actionable strategies, so many actionable strategies thrown at your face. How to stand out in the sea of AI zombies, how to create your own AI agents that actually go out and do things for you, and how to have more fun in your business, because the more fun you have, the more money you make.
Yeah, I mean, that's exciting. And I've seen a lot what you are doing on your social media, especially on Facebook, where I kind of follow you. But yeah, let's kick this off. I mean, you have been on quite a few of my events like this in the past. So I'm excited. You always bring the value. That's why I bring you on here. And yeah, let's kick this off and get into what we're going to share today.
Yeah, so I just want to thank you also, because your summits are always so easy and so value-packed. And so just thanks for being so awesome.
I appreciate that. But yeah, I mean, we have some cool stuff prepared here, and I'm excited because I use also a lot of these tools you're going to share here in this presentation and some of the demos we get into.
Yes, we've got really, really cool demos with voice agents and all kinds of automations, MCPs. We're going to get very complicated by the end of this. You're going to love it, but we're going to start off with the basics, and it's going to be so fun.
Yeah,
All right.
let's
Now,
kick it off.
I asked Naveed before starting this, I said, do you want like normal, basic, chill Molly, or would you like spicy Molly? Are you good with spicy Molly?
Totally good with whoever you want to be on this session.
Okay, awesome. So I love to start presentations with something that's a little different. Be here with me. Let me know in the chat wherever you're watching this. Are you ready? If you are ready, type the word ready below. And I'd like to start with this. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. So, what is that dream? Like, we're going to talk a lot about AI agents and all of these things that are moving at such a rapid pace. But underneath it all, I want to know, what is that dream? So, Naveed, I'm going to bring my slides up on the screen right now. And we are going to dive into the magic. So we're talking about AI gone wild, building a team of AI agents who grow your business. And like I said, really underneath it, it's about that dream. So do me a favor. I know that I can't see you. I can see Naveed, but that's all. Everyone else who's here, take your hand, put it over your heart, and just take a big old belly breath and say, dream. This is the piece that I think most people miss. Not the dream that you can achieve today or tomorrow or even a year from now, but that dream that you get to dare to dream. So I decided to ask AI to paint me a picture of a dream, and this is what it gave me. Now, I don't know if you've ever seen the movie The Life of Pi, but this one over here really reminds me of that. Like, this kind of looks terrifying. It doesn't look like any dream that I would want to have. So I was getting ready to speak at an event for residential assisted living owners. And I said, paint me a picture of a dream for them. And this is what it gave me. Now, this image at the very top, I think, is so representative of what I used to experience when my grandma lived in a home like this. I asked it to put it in portrait mode, and I was like, wow, this gets even better because it actually starts to have more life. There's more that we can feel from this. And all I did was put in who the ideal client was that this dream would be for. But it still doesn't really feel like it totally resonates with me. So I decided to mix in my secret sauce, and that is where I got the greatest grannies I've ever seen. Navi, do you want to see the grannies that I want to hang out with?
Totally. Let's
Okay,
do it.
ready for it?
Yeah.
These are my kind of grannies. So if you know that you want to hang out with these grannies when you are living in a home like this, just drop it in the chat. I also then took my actual dream life because I realized that the problem that most people have is that they have no clue what they actually want. And so before we even start using AI, we need to get clear about what do we actually want? What would we love? We get to call this into the universe. Now, I give all of my clients a golden banana phone because I believe we can call in our future gratitudes at any time. So know that. You may not know this, but if you actually look under your chair, you have a banana phone there. It's right here. And you can call in your future gratitudes as well. Okay. So we got to all be calling in our future gratitudes. Now, the problem with AI is also that most people have no clue what they actually want. We end up with all of these, what I call easy bake AI experts, which is people who skip over their own expertise and just use AI to create a bunch of junk. And I know that's not what you're here to do. They try to use every tool in the kitchen sink. And these tools are changing at such a rapid pace that I'm here to tell you, you don't need to use every tool in the kitchen sink. I'm going to talk about some tools here today, but I'm also going to give you strategies that you can really use with the favorite tool of your choice. And I also want to know, how do you feel when there are changes in the world of AI? Do you ever feel like this?
And now there's another update. Great. I'm still figuring out the one from last week. How is anybody supposed to keep up with this? Every time I blink, there's a new model, a new plugin, a new must-learn tool. I'm taking notes like I'm back in college and the syllabus keeps rewriting itself.
Okay, if you've ever felt like that, you're not alone. I felt like that yesterday. But I also want to remind you that there's another problem with AI. And when those changes happen, I'm going to show you how it can actually be the best thing ever. The other problem with AI is that we end up with all of these robots and zombies following us around the internet. This is my favorite GIF. It says, "You're boring me to death. I'm already dead. You're boring me back to death." We do not want to create content like this, and we don't want to build agents like this either. So we aren't going to replace you with AI. We're here to give you AI assistants that can help to elevate your unique voice and brand. We are here to give you assistants that can level you up. And it doesn't matter what your actual unique voice and brand feels like. It may feel like this.
All right, fam, check this out. This isn't a rental. It isn't a flex for the gram. This is a $500,000 reminder that attention equals revenue. If you want people to buy from you, they have to look first. You want the playbook? I got it. One button.
Okay, that may be what your brand feels like. Or maybe your brand feels more like this.
Welcome, loves. This ring is our container for expansion. Feel your feet, feel the earth, and open.
Or maybe your brand actually feels more like this.
Turn the lights up, feel the thunder.
Whatever it actually feels like, the truth is that AI without soul is spam. So we're going to build AI agents today that stand out, connect, and convert. I also want you to know that AI without a strategic system won't sell. So we're going to talk about that strategic system too. We're going to talk about AI agents that can sell, that you can sell, so things that you could turn into a product, and also AI agents that will sell for you. So today's plan is we're going to go through the AI soul blueprint, the spotlight effect. That is what's going to get people to go whoosh and actually pay attention to you and your business and know that you are the only solution. We're going to go into building your team and then finally into advanced integrations. Now, in case we've never met before, if this is your first time hanging out with me, just say new in the chat. I want you to know that over the past 13 years, I have spoken on so many stages. This is me at Social Media Week Austin, at Affiliate Summit West. And in 2016, I went from teaching performers, because I was a cheesy musical theater head to begin with. I went from teaching performers to have a business and started teaching business owners how to perform. And that changed everything. When Facebook Live came out, I launched a program called Camera Confidence, and we did $50,000 in just 3 months. From there, I became obsessed. Okay, so that's Kurt, Molly, and I fighting over Facebook ads versus organic social. I actually believe these work really well together, but I love me some organic social. Then in 2021, before AI became everyone's favorite buzzword, I actually launched the world's first AI-focused content membership. It's now called the AI Content Club. And after ChatGPT came out, things got a little wild. It was like, whoa, I had already been doing this for almost 2 years. So I was invited to speak on so many panels. You will notice when you see things like this that I am often the only female. This is getting better. I want you guys to know if you are looking to get on more stages speaking about AI, that is my big mission this year, is to help more humans get on more stages sharing the magic of AI. We then created a program called AI Stars where we have certifications and I help you guys to get more work as AI experts. And if you're still not convinced, Jay Abraham and Rich Sheffrin wrote this book. You can see there's all these fancy people like Russell Brunson, Alaric Heck, and then Sparkle Pants Mahoney is the final chapter here in this book. So if the two godfathers of the internet, Jay Abraham and Rich Sheffrin, would trust me, I think you should too. Okay, I also have a book called AIify Your Business, and we've helped people like this. So everything from singing teachers and doctors all the way down to Jeff Walker. You can see him in the corner. This year, we also built Marie Forleo's B School AI, the whole entire thing behind the scenes. So we have been doing so much magic in this world. Perry Belcher also says that I am your AI fairy godmother. He even gave me the wand to prove it. So I'm here to help you make some magic. Now, I'd love to connect. I have this new Instagram account. It's Molly Mahoney Official. Head over there. Let's connect. And if you tag me, hey, Naveed, do we have is there something they can tag you with?
Yeah, I mean, they can tag my at the Navid M, and they can also just hashtag the summit or something like that.
Okay, great.
The
Maybe we can put that in the chat or around
yeah,
this
AI
video or
creators.
something.
I put it below the session in the description for sure.
Okay, great. So go take pictures throughout this session, tag us on the Instagrams, and then we will connect and share with you. Okay, because I am your fairy godmother and I'm going to make magic happen. Now, really underneath it all, I do all of this for my kiddos and my amazing bass playing husband. And there are so many things for us to do. So I'm going to go super fast. Is that okay? Let me know in the chat. I'm going to go real fast and I'm going to start by telling you this wild secret. Now, this secret will increase your engagement. It will increase your visibility. It will increase your sales, and it may make you feel really uncomfortable. When I started using this secret, this is actually well before AI, I started implementing this, and this is what happened. I started getting comments like this. This repetitive, not attractive, but funny person is getting hidden today. I've seen this 50 times and her lisp is irritating. Now, I've had dentures since I was 12 years old, which is wild. And I didn't realize that I had this little bit of a lisp until all of these people, like this speech therapist and other people, started commenting on it on the internet. This woman shared my video and said that I was annoying, but that I had good advice. And if I could do it, you could too. So I want you to know that as these types of comments happen as a result of using this secret, it's still really good. You may get comments like this. This one says, "You talk too much. That's how you make money. It's annoying." So I took this comment and I turned it into one of my top performing posts of the year. So this post was called the Chatty Moneybags Marketing Coach Costume. And as you can see, there's like 400 likes on this post. This was actually posted a few years ago, but there's something really important about this meme. Now, this was something that was trending at the time. Rather than creating like a social media manager costume, which is what my team wanted me to do, I said, that's not funny though. What if we take my trolls and we turn them into a costume and I kind of like make fun of myself? Well, then you'll see what we have included here is one banana phone. I explained that. I can't read my slides because they're too far away from me and I need new glasses, but I think it says 20 buckets of possibility, 200 talks too much templates. I think there's something about sparkle pants. And then also you'll see one bag of Brussels sprouts, which I will explain later. Naveed, can you see what it says at the bottom?
No, I'm sitting a little bit far from the.
I'm going to tell you because I know what it says.
Yeah.
But it says not included, car keys, she can't find them, which my husband made me add on there. So the point of this is that if you can celebrate the things that you feel a little bit of shame around, it actually allows your audience to feel seen and heard. So what is this secret? The secret is that your brand has to start with you. Your weird is your superpower. Your AI needs soul. And so I'm going to give you the AI Soul brand blueprint. So first, complete your brand company details. You have to really get your company voice down first. Before you get into anything else, figure out your company's voice, your brand voice. Then document all of your company details into one living, breathing place. Now you can do this in something like a Google Doc, or you can use a tool like Obsidian, which updates with you. You can put it into a skill. There's all these things that you can do, but you have to document it first. Then gather all of your existing content. So I have a spreadsheet that has everything I've ever written on my personal Facebook profile since 2018. We don't own these platforms, so I back them up. And then write in an extra clause that protects your IP. When you have this in place, now you are in a place to be able to move forward. Then you get to uncover your weird. When you know what makes you weird, AI becomes easy. Let me show you an example of one of the videos my clients created for me. Her name is Sarah Baker, and she made the most awesome video ever. Here we go.
Hi there, this is room 1713. I'm gonna need housekeeping, please.
Right away, what's the issue?
When I opened my suitcase, there was a glitter situation, like full sparkle apocalypse.
We'll send someone up immediately.
Thank you.
Okay, but if I wasn't clear about what made me weird, she would not have been able to make that video. Your weird wins. Okay, so once you figure that out, how do you actually sell this shiz? How do you actually make money? My word of this year is no excuses. And that applies to me, but it also applies to you. And I am going to be giving you a system that gives you no excuses. So we've already gone through the AI Soul blueprint. We are about to go into the spotlight effect. Now, simply adding AI to your sales page and your marketing copy used to be a really big deal because there wasn't a lot of people using AI. Today, that is the bare minimum. So how do we actually get people to buy? We have to recognize that your clients are more than pain points, and different is better than better. You want to make sure you're creating an effect just like Cinderella did with her slipper, right? When the prince was looking for Cinderella, there was only one person who fit in that slipper. Your ideal client needs to feel just like that, like it's the perfect solution. And the way that we do that is with what I call the spotlight effect. And I'm going to go through this really quickly. This is the entire process for creating your spotlight playbook. First, your company details. We talked about that. Get it all dialed in. Then you're going to identify the things that make you uniquely awesome. We call this your quesadilla of awesome. Then your company values, your ideal client, and get really detailed, like really clear. A lot of people talk about pain points. We also talk about tickle points, like what are the things that make them laugh? Get super detailed. Then your unique value proposition, your big unique problem, your unique solution, your enemies and heroes. So what are the things that you're standing up against? Then, and only after you've done everything above that, you're going to get very clear on your message. Then once you have your message, you'll be able to identify the hooks and the slogans. And then finally, you're moving into your hero's journey, which you can create now because you have all of this done. And then after that, you're going to create an enemy avatar. And this enemy avatar is something you stand up against. So when I showed the different brand energies, the enemy avatar that I stand up against, Naveed, have I told you this before? I don't know if I've told you.
I'm not sure if you have, actually.
Okay, it is Lambo Larry. So if you saw that first video brand that was like, hey, check it out for the gram, that is like the female version of my enemy avatar. I'm not here to stand by a Lambo with a bunch of chicks in bikinis. Now, if you are, that's okay. You can have your enemy avatar can be Sparkle Pants Susie, right? But that's what's actually really valuable is that you attract and detract the people that you want to work with. It's good. Okay, now with this whole list, I would love to dig deeper into your unique solution and show you how you can clearly communicate that so we can put it into these AI agents. Any questions so far, Naveed?
No, this is good. I mean, I like that. And I like how you detract, as you said. I mean, that's good.
I love it. Okay, awesome. So, what is your unique solution? Like when people say, "What do you know how to actually answer that in a way that is clear and concise and makes them go, yes, take my credit card. Let me throw it at your face." We want to make sure this is a solution only for your perfect person. And I said that backwards. We want to make sure this is the only solution for your perfect person. I reversed that sentence because I'm dyslexic. So just make sure I'm really clear about what I meant to say there. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to find and define who your perfect person is. Then find your framework. Now, I often talk to people who say, I don't have a framework. I just do things naturally. It just flows through me. Great. Use AI to document it. Let me explain why and what a framework even is. So first, we're going to look at the definition of a framework. A framework is a structured plan or method designed to approach business challenges in a systematic way. It outlines processes, strategies, and the best practices tailored to achieve specific business objectives. The role that it has in your business is that it serves as a roadmap. It helps you make strategic decisions. It gives you like a scaffolding so that you can move around inside of it. Then the impact that it has, it helps your business maintain alignment with your goals. It allows you to adapt to changes effectively and efficiently, and it actually drives innovation. Now, the most important thing, well, almost most important, you will see in a second, is that it makes it way easier for you to sell your shiz because people will actually understand what your products do. And even more importantly than that is you will understand what the heck you do. I swear, half of the people that I meet, or even 75%, don't really actually understand what they are doing with their business. So we've talked about a lot of this already, but the benefits are it gives you business differentiation, enhanced decision-making. It gives you client attraction and retention. It ups this because it's clearly defined, and it helps you with scalability and efficiency. If you keep rebuilding a new process every time you do something, you are going to be exhausted. And speaking of these AI agents, you'll not be able to teach them how to do something the way that you want it because you don't even know what you want. So I created the SOAR framework so that you can create a framework. It's very meta. It starts with strategize. So you want to look at what are you actually doing when you're doing these things. Define your unique selling proposition. Know your big idea, and if you don't have one, create one. Uncover your duplicatable processes. And again, if you don't know what these are, take a recording of a coaching call, put it into AI, have AI help you. Create one. Then the S is strategize, the O is organize. And this is where you start to put it into something like an acronym, alliteration, a numbered list, metaphors, visual frameworks. Really good. I have like a list of 20 different things that you can use for that, but those are some examples. Okay, then we're going to act it out. So we're going to test it. We're going to put it out there. We're going to adapt and make adjustments as needed and get real-time feedback. Now, I'm going to take a little moment to like talk about something super random right here for a second, Naveed. Have you been building a lot of skills in Claude?
I'm all in Claude Code actually, and building skills and setting up workspaces and stuff like that. Yeah.
I love it so much. Okay, so today I was going through and I was building out, I'm doing this big training on skills on Claude Code tomorrow, and I was building out a skill maker for our clients because I had these like GPT generators, but the skill maker is even more powerful. And what I love about what Claude does is that it will go through and test it out for you and then come back and do feedback. Have you seen it do that?
Yeah, absolutely. And
It's
yeah,
so
I mean,
good.
I like Claude's skill creator because you can have like evals and different things. But I think most people are probably doing it a little bit wrong if they think about it just as regular prompts because it's kind of way more powerful.
1,000,000%. And that's what I find to be like so cool is that it gives you a place where it like scores it and grades it and gives you feedback. It's just really, really awesome.
Mhm.
I love it. Okay. Can I actually, I just am realizing I didn't turn my AC on and it's getting so hot in here. Can I
Okay.
just
Yeah,
turn
yeah.
my,
No,
okay,
go ahead.
hold on one
Go
second.
ahead.
Okay,
We don't
one
want
second.
any any issues here for sure.
Okay. I had an issue with it, like my computer overheating in here because it's like crazy weather. So I turn the AC on. It is great. Thank you.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so this is going to help you. You can test this stuff out yourself, or you can have your AI tools test these things out for you. All right. Then you're going to review and refine. So you're actually going to put it out there. You're going to talk to a mentor, a coach, or your team. You're going to adjust it and then relaunch it. Then talk about it all the time, like all the time. Keep talking about it. And even better, you can show it off. So check this out. I took all of the frameworks that I have in our coaching program, like the top main frameworks, not every single one, but most of our top programs or frameworks, and I put them into this giant poster that I now can hang on a wall or use as a pop-up stand at events, which has all of our main frameworks in it. And so I know it's kind of hard to see. I zoom in a little bit, but down here, this is the Sora framework. This over here is our client journey. We call your like CRM, we call it your party bus. You've got to get people off of social and onto your party bus. And then over here, this is your daily, weekly, and monthly activities. And then up at the top, this is our launch framework. I am obsessed with it. If you can tell, it matches my background. It is like so on brand, but it gets even cooler. Watch this. How awesome is that? Now, what's really wild is that video actually turned into loads of leads and sales, and I'm going to show you how in a moment. This is a closer look. This is the Sora framework that we went over. This is that middle section there, so you can see like the gears work together with our, we call these our star tasks, the daily, weekly, and monthly activities. And the point is that you can take your frameworks, put your personal brand, like my Disco Havana and stars, right? That's like the theme that I go for here. And it is magic. And then this is the top of the framework poster that I have here. Okay, now you may be like, yeah, but what if I'm selling software? What if I'm selling guitars? What if I'm selling puppies? I don't know, whatever, right? You can do that. Check this one out. So we have a tool called Sparkalo that writes everything in your launch, the whole thing, and I put it into a framework video. Works just as well. Okay, now how did I create this visual framework? You may know the secret. I did it with AI, of course, totally for free. And I did this using NotebookLM. Naveed, are you using Notebook a lot?
100%. And I actually connected now with Claude and kind of Claude Cowork, Claude Code, and all of this. And I mean, it's amazing because then, because you get all the, I mean, basically, it's as you said, it's free and you can actually get unlimited usage, basically. I mean, you can get the power of Claude and you can connect it together. That's kind of what I've done.
It's actually cuckoo. I want to talk to you about that more at the end also, because I think that maybe we can show people how to do that at the end.
Sure. I mean,
I don't have it in my slides. Is that okay? Okay, so that's
absolutely.
nugget. Hold on. I love that now these notebooks, like if you're in Gemini, you can like select them and bring them right in. It is absolutely unbelievable. One thing that a lot of people don't know is when you come in here, so if you've never used Notebook before, there's actually 3 sections. On the left, this is the sources. In the middle, you'll see it in a moment. It gives you a chat. And then over on the right, there's all of these pre-built templates for you, totally for free. Cuckoo Kachoo. I heard someone say actually yesterday that the reason that Google is able to have things like this and like VO3 and all of that without having to charge us for it is because they make so much on ad revenue that they can make up for it. Whereas companies like ChatGPT, the computing power that it was taking for Sora videos was just costing them too much money. And so Gemini or Google is like really putting themselves in a place to put some of these other AI companies
Look
in a
how
big
many
pickle.
tools they have too. It's crazy, right? I mean, I'm on the Ultra plan, but I mean, I can test anything I want. But even if you're on the even free, or I mean, you might even have it with if you have Google Workspace, then you get a pro account. I had to sign up for a personal account because I wanted a 30 terabyte storage, which you only get in the personal with the Ultra. So yeah, so I'm on the personal for that, and I have the pro with my Workspace account.
Yeah, it's like wild. So what a lot of people don't realize is even if you only put in 3 words, Like, do you know the reduce, reuse, recycle? Do you know that idea? That concept? Have you heard that from
Yeah.
Sesame
Okay.
Street? Okay.
Yeah.
So I put that in here. It's like Jack Johnson's song or something. I put that in. That's all I did. And then it created a full notebook just on those 3 words. And then I came over here on the right-hand side, and where it says infographic, you'll notice, and a lot of people miss this, but the little pencils next to all these things allows you to customize them. So this one, I did not use the customization. This is just straight up using notebook style. You can see that it says the Trinity of Sustainability. I did not call it that. AI made that up. It made this full infographic here. But you can put your own branding into these infographics. And if you don't like the first one, just create another one. It's magic. Okay. Now, how do you actually build these suckers, these AI agents? Well, we did the AI Soul Blueprint. We did the Spotlight Effect. And now we're going to go into building out your team. So before you go into creating any AI agents, these 5 C's are seriously important. You have to have clarity. What do you even want? You have to have courage, because sometimes, like, if you're not using Claude Code yet and you go to try and use it and you watch a video that tells you to use the terminal and you are not a code type person, you may actually cry the first time you use it. But once you have the courage to push through, it gets easier and easier. And that's where you build the confidence that leads to the spot where you're able to unlock your creativity. So when you start to do things that are a little like, you know what, I'm just going to try this. Whoa, what if I did this? And you mix your creativity with these AI tools, it's so good. Then you have to be like Nancy Drew and Sherlock Holmes and use your critical thinking, because a lot of times there's just like one weird thing that's wrong and you can't figure out what questions to ask. You've got to put your critical thinking cap on. Once you have all 5 of these things in place, I like to ask a secret question. So when changes happen with AI or like new tools come out, most people ask themselves, how can I use this to help my business? I think the more powerful question is, how can I use this to help other people to grow their business, or other people to improve their health, or other people to improve their relationships? And this is where you can start building tools that actually help others, not just to help your own business grow. Now, here's an example. And I don't know if we want to talk about things that have happened recently. Is it okay if we say something that's not evergreen, Naveed?
Sure, if you want. Yeah.
Okay. So I had this whole thing planned talking about Sora, but just yesterday they announced they're closing Sora. Did you hear this?
Yeah, I just saw that actually. The app and everything is going down. Yeah.
I'm so sad because I love this app.
Yeah.
And
I
it's
see you're using it a lot. Even some videos in these demos were Sora, right?
yeah, like all the little videos that I use in here, they're all made with Sora. Good news is the process that we use behind the scenes, which I'm going to show you right now, you can use with other AI video tools, but I just love Sora so much because it was so easy and so funny. But whatever the platform is, this strategy can be used with literally any platform. So when Sora came out, I was like, oh, that was October 1st, 2025. This post, if you look at it, it was like October 3rd or something like that. I said, I'm building out this guide on how to use Sora. Would you want it? I hadn't finished it yet. I used Gemini to make a photo of me holding it. That is all AI. We had a bajillion people comment wanting this. I then built an app. I use Base 44 to build this app that gives you 200 video prompts. Now, these video prompts are written specifically for Sora, so I'm going to have to go change this-ish. But with this, it's really amazing because people can come in here. It's like Mad Lib style, and it creates all these different video prompts for them. Within 3 days, we sold 131 sales in this software, and we had 20 order bumps. Now, we only had 20 order bumps because I forgot to add an order bump because it all was going so quickly. I'm sure we would have had even more. Totally organic, no ads. These are what I call activation offers, because those 130 sales can then lead to more on the back end. Now, when we're building out agents and tools like this, there are some big mistakes that cause people to fail. The first is focusing on the ideas and not action. With these agents, and I don't know how you define this, but for me, an AI assistant is something that is like ChatGPT Basic B, you just ask it for something and it gives it to you, right? Like right there. It's like in the chat. And that's an AI assistant. An AI agent is something that actually goes out and does something on the back of your business or on your computer. So when they say things that are agentic, that's what we're talking about here. Do you have any different definition for that?
No, pretty much the same. I mean,
Okay.
I'm trying to get people a little bit away from just using AI as a chat tool because, I mean,
Yeah.
for the regular stuff, I'm sure, I mean, it works, like to just ask a question or whatever. But if you're really gonna take advantage of it in your business and use it to its full power, I think definitely the agentic features and kind of what you are talking about here is what it's all about.
It's like seriously amazing. So
Yeah.
make sure that there's actual action there. Then the other problem that people make is that it's out of business alignment. Like people are making things that are just like cool, but they're not solving real problems. Don't do that. And user adaptation. The problem is that if it's hard to use and it doesn't integrate into things, people will just stop using it. It's one of the reasons I love notebooks so much because it's so friggin' easy. And even tools that may be a little more powerful, I just keep coming back to Notebook because it's so easy. The other problem is that no one knows your tools exist. So you've got to actually put them out there. So promise me that you will do something with this. Wherever you're watching, just type a promise in the chat because I want to make sure you're actually going to do something. So then we're going to ask the question, who do you want on your AI team? You can start with a basic AI assistant. And this is like what Naveed was saying, we're trying to move away from, but we all got to start somewhere. This would be something like a custom GPT. Now, we're just going to take a second. I have recently very much moved away from ChatGPT as well. Claudette is my friend. I love her so much. Gemini, I'm using all the time. Manus, I've started using even more. But really, what I have realized when I speak at events, I ask people to raise their hands and say, like, I say, have you ever built your own custom GPT? Usually about 50% of the room has never done it. And so I find that we are doing people a disservice if we move too far ahead without catching everyone up. So is it okay if I just like show the basics of a custom GPT first?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's good training wheels to get into some of the other stuff for sure.
Hey, that is so perfect. I love that. I'm going to call it, can I steal that?
Steal that.
Okay, it's your training wheels on your awesome bike. Okay, I also still find that so many people don't know what GPT stacking is. Have we talked about this before?
I don't think
Maybe.
together, but I think that's a cool concept. So go for it.
Okay, so GPT stacking is when you use the @ symbol, you can actually bring multiple GPTs into one chat. So you could have a whole collection of mentors solving one problem together by using this @ symbol. When you type the @ symbol, you'll find that other GPTs that you've used recently will start to pull up. And if you don't know what a GPT is, it's just a very specific skill set inside of one little mini tool inside of ChatGPT. You can make your own by going to chatgpt.com/GPTs. There's also a huge library. If you type my name in there, you'll find things. Navi, do you have things available in the GPT store?
I created quite a lot for my students. I'm not sure if I released them publicly, but for sure I have like dozens of GPTs that I created for our students. Yeah.
Yeah. So most of mine are private, but I have a few like a lead magnet generator or something like that. If you search my name, I've actually found that having some of them in the GPT store can actually be good lead gen because people find them in there, which is kind of cool. But I think I have like 3 or 4 available in there.
Are you turning them into skills or something? I mean, that's kind of what I've taken all my prompts and stuff, turning them into skills and other things.
Can I tell you what I did?
Yeah.
I had Claude, we had 154 GPTs, and
Wow.
Claude turned every single one into a skill.
I had like 50 or something. I thought I had a lot, but you have a lot of them. 150. That's insane.
I couldn't believe it. I had a team member, this was before I started being obsessed with Claude and all of that. I had a team member go into ChatGPT and just back them all up with the link, the description, because a lot of our GPTs we've white labeled now for other companies where we take ours and then we put their name on it, but it's the same, background. And so I wanted to just have everything backed up in case things got weird. And then I just told Claude, hey, go to this spreadsheet, turn all these into skills. Wild.
Yeah,
So good.
for sure.
And they can be really great for lead generation. So if you've not made anything like this, as long as you have the $20 a month account within ChatGPT, you can actually sell them, or you can give them away as a lead magnet. So do you want to know how I get loads of leads with these? Like my favorite social selling template?
Totally.
That's
Like
really
this is
good.
cool. Yeah.
Okay, so this is what I write. OMG, I created an AI tool that solution. Want it? Like super, super simple. So like this.
The
Just
traditional like Austin Armstrong, I think he's also doing a lot of that on the Facebook. Like,
100%.
yeah,
Austin and I are
it works
totally
really well.
besties. Yes. So the funny thing is, like, I've been, and Austin too, like, we've been doing like blank background CTA posts like this since like 2018, right? When ManyChat first came out, I did this stuff all the time, but man, have they had a resurgence and they work so well. So this one is one example. For years, I've been using 3 GPTs to write my own content. Want access? We had over 100 comments on this one. And then how do they get access? By joining my content club, and we give them half off the first month. So basically they get 2 months or 2 weeks for free.
Is this
So
on Facebook? You're using this?
Yep. This is all my
And your
personal Facebook profile.
personal, but you can use, but ManyChat works with personal or only the pages,
No.
right?
So if you
Yeah, that's
notice
what I
on
was
all my
gonna think. Yeah,
screenshots
that's what
here.
sucks. You have to like send them manually, right? Or have
No.
your team.
Oh,
Okay.
no. I
Okay.
automate it. I sent 110 of them yesterday. You want to know how I
Okay,
do
I'm
it?
interested. You can share a little bit about that. I'm interested to
I
kind of
can
see how
tell
you do
you.
it. Yeah.
So we use a tool called Group Track, and you can see how my name is a different color up here?
Yeah.
That's because in this little icon, Group Track is on. Yeah, I don't know their full link, but I can tell you my link if that's okay. It's super easy.
Yeah,
Is that
yeah,
okay?
no, I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, it's new to me, this one actually.
Okay, yeah. So if you go to molly.live/awesome, you'll see it. And what it does is the basic level of it turns your Facebook profile into a CRM that mirrors something like HighLevel or Close. And it actually has connections on the back end. So like everyone who comments on a post, I can put them all on a spreadsheet because it just moves them into a CRM, and then that can move them to Google Sheets. Or everybody who joins a Facebook group, with the click of a button, I can have them all go into my HighLevel and send them a welcome email. All go into ConvertKit and send them a welcome email. At the second level, what it does is it will do automations as well. So it's a Chrome extension. It sits on top of your computer, and there's an AI response. So you give it the link. You say, this is the text from the post. I want the response to be something like I'll say, let them know that they can get access via this link, and we'll give them the 2 weeks for free. And then it writes an AI generated response to every single comment.
And that's within the terms of service of Facebook. Because on LinkedIn, for example, I see a lot of people doing these posts, and then LinkedIn is more strict. I think you cannot really automate too much, but on Facebook, it's fine to do this.
Well, so here's the thing: on a business page and Instagram, it's totally legal. On a personal profile, it's not going through the API. So it's basically like you have an assistant sitting at your computer. It's like as if you were going to use Claude Code to go do this for you. I've used Claude Code, and I've used, whatever, OpenAI's Atlas browser. The thing that I've noticed, though, is Claude Code will miss people. And it's fun to watch because it kind of hovers on the screen and it pulls it up. But then I tried to use Gemini to do it the other day just as a test. Gemini asks your approval before every single comment. That's dumb.
Yeah.
But this one, it's very systematic. You can set the time limit on how long you want it to wait in between each post. It's very, I have never gotten in trouble from it because it's
I think if it's more like human-like, it's okay usually. But yeah, with LinkedIn, you have to be even more careful sometimes. I see people automating some of this on LinkedIn, but you have to be super careful. You have to really make sure it looks human. I mean, people are using some automation.
It's so bad because the LinkedIn ones that I see are just going out to random posts. This one is like someone asked you for something and you're replying to them. It's not going to go comment on random posts.
No, absolutely. I mean, LinkedIn, I was talking more about the lead magnet specific posts where you, these posts are, sometimes some people get 1,000 comments. I mean,
I know.
Yeah, and you never get the lead magnet. That's the thing. You never get it because they never reach out.
Actually, what I end up doing, can I show you what I do to solve that?
Yeah.
Because the problem is, even with an automation like this, sometimes I'm like, okay, friend, I do not have enough automation power to respond to all these comments. So what I do, I'm going to share my actual Facebook. So what I do is like this. So see this post here? This was on my birthday. I have, oops, that's group track. I have this tool called the Spotlight Engine. And this is a link to YouTube, right? Which I would usually say, do not share a link to YouTube because your reach will go down. But I had 241 comments on this. Watch here. If you go to my view edit history, the first time I did it, I did not have a link. Guys, I made an AI app that writes high converting posts and creates images and videos. Want to see it? That was my first version. Once that got a lot of comments, you can see I've edited it so many times. Once I got, and like this one had 66 reactions. This one had 3 reactions. This one had 1. And then once I got like 66 likes and, like 50 comments or something, I changed the post and I add a link to it.
Smart. Yeah, that's very good.
And then that way people can come back and get it. So sometimes when I reply to the comments, I won't always show the link or share the link. I usually do, but sometimes I don't because, like for example, one time my son was doing this for me manually. I like hired him to follow up for me and he got a hand slap because he was going too fast. And so they put
You
the
get
thing up like,
restricted, right? I mean,
yeah.
Facebook is crazy. Actually, I was sending a link to a customer one day, like he was asking for a login or whatever. And then Facebook was like blocking my messages for like a week for no reason. I mean, it happens actually. You have to be a little bit careful on this. And you have no one to contact basically. So you're just like in the dark zone if
In
you do that.
Facebook jail, yeah.
Yeah, Facebook
So that's
jail,
why,
yeah.
like, with I think the automated stuff in group track actually makes it better for me because I know it's going to go slow. When I'm a human, I get impatient and I start going really fast.
Okay,
So
very
here's
cool.
another example, actually, that I find to be really, really good. This one has 700 something comments. So this is also very Austin Armstrong-y. So I used AI to create a month of content in 15 minutes, steal the process in the comments. And so each comment has like, oh, I used my brand voice GPT. That can have a link or want it? Go here. Then I figure out my ideal client. Want the GPT? Comment below this. Then I put the whole thing together in our full content system. Want it? Let me know below. And then that way I'm getting comments all along the way and I'm adding links into the comments.
But let's talk about this style of post for 1 second. I think like I see this a lot on Facebook and most people, they are not living up to the hype of their post. I mean, then you basically lose a little bit of the authority. I think you have obviously good content and maybe something behind it, but a lot of people is kind of
Okay,
BS a lot
can
of
we
time.
actually like fully talk about this? Because I'm going to stop sharing and we're going to like get for real.
Sure.
So I have the most amazing team ever and I am so grateful for the work that they do on our content. But I saw a carousel post that they posted the other day that was like 5 amazing prompts to use with Claude. And the first prompt was like, or 5 like use cases. And the first one was like research. And then it had a research prompt that was okay. The second one was like market research. And the next one was like client research. And I was like, by the time I'm to market research, after the first one was research, I'm out.
Yeah.
Right? So I took it down and I said, guys, we have to make sure that if we're going to say mind-blowing prompts, they really need to be mind-blowing prompts and they really
Like one
need to be
sentence
unique.
prompts or whatever that anyone can come up with from on their own. I mean, that's not, I mean, that I see this a lot. I mean, I'm glad you mentioned that you even made like, or your team, whatever, made a little mistake with this because I see it a lot from other people. I think a lot of these people are posting it probably themselves because they are
Well, and some of them are
doing
just
other people's stuff.
totally. And actually to let you know how awesome my team is, the prompt itself was actually good and juicy. It was just the title of the prompt was like a regular research prompt and then a market research prompt. And I was like, I just wanted it to be a little more varied.
Yeah,
and
okay.
I do see this all the time where it's literally like, act like my marketing team or whatever. And if you start doing, that's what I call the easy bake AI expert. Like that's not going to work because you may get people responding to the hype up front, but they're not going to stick around. So if you're going to do stuff like this, you'd better actually have an awesome solution to give them.
Gotta live up to what you're sharing. And also, I
Yeah.
mean, now with prompts and stuff, I mean, you can share all that on social media, but I think as we talked about, like with skills and stuff, I think you don't really need to prompt as much anymore. I mean, it's prompt baked into that, I guess, but you don't need to do the same things like copy pasting prompts everywhere. You can have it already in your workspace and stuff.
100%.
Yeah.
Like our whole thing is now we're going to start having events here where we're actually installing our system into your process. Rich Sheffrin is doing these amazing events where he has all of these skills. You come, bring your computer, they put everything into your computer. And so even just yesterday, I asked Claude, I said, give me a list of tasks that you could do while I sleep. And I thought it was just going to give me random tasks. But no, it went through these 154 skills that I had given it and gave me specific tasks related to my business.
Yeah, because you have set up your workspace. I mean, it's
Yeah.
local. I mean, that's what I was all in Notion. I'm not sure what you use kind of to manage your stuff, but I mean, I still
Yeah.
love Notion for like lead magnets and whatever. But now I'm more like, okay, why would I have this extra step when I can have it? Like you mentioned Obsidian before. Actually, I started setting up with Obsidian, which I
Yeah.
never used before really. But now with Markdown files and stuff, I say, wow, this is powerful because like it's a little bit more beautiful interface. You can kind of see it, and then you can also see it inside of VS Code or even inside of Claude to some extent. But I'm trying, the
Yeah.
desktop app is not as powerful as the other stuff to basically see your full
No.
workspace while you're working, like what lives on your computer essentially. I think
Yeah.
that's what I love.
It's so cool. It's
Yeah,
so cool.
cool.
I love it. Okay, if you're watching this and you're like, what language are they speaking? Don't worry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Molly will
catch you
get to
up.
that.
I'll catch you up. I'll catch you up. Okay, I'm gonna bring my slides back up. Here we go. So here's another example, like I just said. And okay, now when it comes to the custom GPTs, here's what I do. I have a template that I use for custom GPTs, but now for those of you that are doing skills, you can actually take that custom GPT and put it into Claude and tell it, hey, make this a skill. And like what I did today as I was building out a bunch more, using their skill maker, I was just like, I'm so blown away by what you can do with this. But I do like to start sometimes for people who are needing those training wheels with this custom GPT maker. So I actually have a GPT prompt generator that goes through and it creates the foundation for your tools that you're building. And so if you want this, you can get it totally for free. Just let me know like a human being. Get out your phone. Go to Instagram. It's Molly Mahoney Official. And then any of the top posts on my account, just follow the account and then comment below any of those posts with the word, all one word, AICS, which is my code word for this summit. If you comment below with AICS, you'll get access to the GPT that will write your GPTs that you can then turn into skills and tools and all kinds of stuff. It's like seriously awesome. It can become agentic as well, but this is like the training wheels to get you started. It's really good.
Yeah.
Okay, now we talked about GPTs, but let's talk about the problems with GPTs because it's actually hard to embed them directly onto a site. So I've had people be like, Molly, my team doesn't know what they're doing. They can't embed our GPTs. And I was like, no, you don't know what you're doing. GPTs are not embeddable. So keep that in mind. The other thing is it's difficult to connect them to integrations. So you can use things like schema and actions and MCPs, but it's complicated. It's not easy. Privacy when sharing the links is tricky. Like Naveed said, he has all these links that he's given to his students, but how do you protect your students from sharing those links with other people? And it's hard to get access to the data from other users. Now, we have GPTs that are password protected, but OpenAI is cuckoo and they keep changing the way everything works. So like, as they keep changing all this stuff, I had a password for one of my GPTs was two words, banana pants. And someone didn't know the password. And then it wrote back and was like, let me give you a clue. And then it used the banana emoji and the pants emoji. I was like, ChatGPT, what are you doing? So really, they are the training wheels because connecting it to your CRM is also very complicated. So I'm going to show you how to build super agents that take your GPTs and go way into the future. One of my favorite tools is HighLevel. Are you using HighLevel?
Not for my business, but I see they are. I mean, they're one of the tools that are all in with AI, so I do like them. Actually, my designer and his team, they are using it actually for their summits. I think you were also on their summit, the Big Moves AI
yeah.
Content Mastery Summit. They're using HighLevel for some of their backend stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, it is. It's super awesome. And it's been they're like, so great. So I find it took me a year to start loving HighLevel. I paid for it for an entire year before I actually got it. So if you've been not you, Naveed, but like you, everyone else who's watching this, if you've been overwhelmed by it, really the way that I see it is like one tool that has loads of other tools in it without needing to use a password to sign in. So I'm going to show you some of the things that we're doing within HighLevel. The first is a marketing agent. So comment automations. We're building out all of our comment automations now inside HighLevel. So when you go to my Instagram and you comment, you can see I've got crazy cuckoo numbers on these top posts because we're not using Instagram as some viral like influencer thing. I use my Instagram basically as a landing page. People can come here, comment below to get access to things, and then it moves them into my CRM. So this is what it looks like on the back end. It's kind of like a regular workflow in here. You can use it on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and you can have an AI chat assistant follow up at the end of the conversation, which I just find to be so good. They also have a new conversation AI flow builder. And so this allows you, rather than having a prompt for an AI agent that's like, if they say this, then do that. If they say this, then do that. This is more like the way that N8N is built out, where you can have like a choose your own adventure. So inside these little sections here, if someone answers a certain way, then they get split into different conversations. It's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you don't use ManyChat then. So you started using HighLevel for everything.
I still have ManyChat running on my, like, actually, I realize I have 2 Instagram accounts. On this Instagram account, I still have ManyChat because I have a bajillion automations there. But for my new Instagram, we're only using HighLevel because it instantly brings them into everything else in my business. Like, it has made things so easy to have it all connected in one spot.
Yeah, that's amazing.
It's really awesome. And like
Yeah.
when we're in there, so after someone comments, let's say they get a message, then we ask them for their email address. Their email automatically gets attached to their contact and it finds any other ways they've signed up. Where like on ManyChat, you know, I had back in the day like Zaps and things like that connecting them together, but I always found it was very hard to connect the CRM portion of it with what I was using for the rest of my business. And this, like in one chat, I can see Facebook, Instagram, text message, email, WhatsApp, all in one conversation.
That's so cool. And also they include that in the regular subscription, I think, too. With ManyChat, you have to pay ManyChat can get very, very expensive, actually.
Oh my gosh. And like, let's be very clear. ManyChat was my first online boyfriend. I love ManyChat and everything that it gave me in my life starting in 2018. They hired me to speak on their behalf. I have nothing but awesome things to say. However, I will say what not awesome, now that Facebook has changed the freaking rules that you can't do broadcasts anymore, it's like I have one client who has 1 million followers and first of all, she wasn't asking for emails. And I was like, what are you doing? She got 5,000 emails in 1 month because I told her to ask for emails. That's all she did. Stupid. Like for free. What is happening? But once she gets the subscribers in there, there's not a lot that you can do with the subscribers if they aren't engaging, and you have to pay for all those subscribers.
Yeah, their model is just awkward a little bit how they're charging. I think it's a great tool as we talk about. I think they should just change how they charge because I see a lot of other similar tools and they are not doing it that way. And even like if HighLevel can have so many other features and charging less, I mean they should maybe change a little bit that.
Well, and I think that it made sense when you were allowed to send broadcasts. Like even, you know, at one point back in the day, you could send messages all the time. But like even a few months ago, I was able to get people to opt in to a subscription broadcast, and you can't do that anymore.
Yeah, they changed it for sure.
Yeah, so, but that's not ManyChat's fault. That's Facebook's fault. It's still like really annoying. Okay, so this is exciting. And then remember when I was talking about that infographic thing earlier and showing it off? Well, watch how I use this with HighLevel automations to bring in over 300 leads. Oh, 200. Almost. I was almost wrong. Okay. That video that I had got 240 comments, all of people asking for access to my system. See how I wrote system on top of this? Say system for access. And guess how I gave them my system? By coming to a webinar. So it was like amazing organic reach for a webinar.
Yeah.
So good.
Yep.
Okay. Number 2, AI sales agent. So this is where we're actually selling things. So you can do this via chat. This can happen with Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, and this is all HighLevel again, text message, web chat, all of that. But you can choose when you're building, I call this the brain of your bot, whether you're using HighLevel, MindPal, Delphi, doesn't matter. There's like a brain, and the brain is where you decide on all these things. So what access does it have? This is where you train it. You give it a personality, you give it soul, you give it goals, and then you can trigger workflows automatically based on what people do, which is awesome. So then we need to give it a face. And so that's where you can put a face on it, like a website chatbot right here. We do these either via HighLevel or we use MindPal for these as well. Then you can move into the voice agents. So I'm going to show you a super cool demo of this. Inside of HighLevel, you can now train this agent. It can be connected to a knowledge base. Seriously awesome. You can trigger workflows. You can add MCPs, all kinds of things. And you can now have these talk on websites. So the way that you actually add them onto websites inside of HighLevel, this is my white label called Star Funnels. In here, you go to sites. And again, this is how you put the face on. So I've built the brain. Never in a million years would I think a chatbot would be under the sidebar sites. However, just think like you're going to put it on your site and then all the way over on the side over here. Do you see where it says chat over here, chat widget? Click on that. And then this is where you can create the chat widget on the back of the code on the website. So you go up here, you go to connect your agent, then you decide which brain you want to attach. And then here you get the embed code. And so this embed code can show up down here in a little chat bubble. I'll show you in just a second. You can also have this be like a standalone little button on your website. And then you click talk and they can actually talk to your AI agent. So let's try it out. You want to talk to her?
Yeah, let's do this. This is cool. I mean, I have some questions on this. Probably you
Okay.
did you connect this to 11 Labs and stuff and set it
Yeah.
up like that? Okay,
So
yeah,
you can connect it on the back end. There's loads of voices you can choose. So I don't ever have it sound like me. And actually the last call I was on with the developers at HighLevel, they were not allowing you to make it your own voice because of like safety stuff. They changed their mind on that.
really? You cannot like connect your own 11 Labs Pro Voice, for example?
Maybe that's changed, but I was on a call where they were supposed to be announcing that it was possible. And then someone was like, actually, legal told us we couldn't do it.
That's strange. I mean, if you could like use your own voice, that should be the case, I guess. But anyway.
Well, so I actually am glad they don't because I don't ever want to trick people into thinking that they're talking to me when it's AI.
But you would say like maybe a message like this is Molly's AI agent.
You
voice.
would do that because you're a good human.
Okay.
I think there are people out there, like we say, marketers ruin everything. I think there are
it's like
people out
11
there-
Labs have their voice agents, obviously. That's usually what all,
Yeah.
I have built it. I haven't launched this or anything, but I have built a platform like Delphi because I use Delphi actually, and I didn't like all of it because they cannot customize a lot of things and it was very
Yeah.
locked in and it was like $350 a month. But they do, to their benefit, they do include unlimited voice call minutes. But of course, most people wouldn't use that much probably, so that's why they can probably afford to do it with 11 Labs. But I mean, it's basically a wrapper around 11 Labs voice agents. They have like integrated that and put a fancy interface. That's all it is.
Yeah, I mean, in HighLevel, you can get unlimited AI tokens for all the AI things that you're using for $97.
It's pretty
and
crazy.
You can still, like, let me show you the kind of personality that we have in here.
Yeah.
So this is from when I was speaking on the Marketers Cruise. So know that she thinks I'm still on the Marketers Cruise, but watch or listen.
Do you show this on a different screen? Because I don't see it now.
Wait, can you not see it?
Not
Oops.
right now. No,
Shoot, I forgot to click the button. This is what I meant to show you.
There we go. Yep.
Okay, so this is when you go and comment on the post to get, to get access to the GPT. You're also going to get access to maybe talk to me if you want to, or go to our free Facebook group. And then on the bottom of this page, you will be able to play with this also. So this is all on the thank you page after you opt in. Check this out. This is Bobby. I named her after my grandma, and she thinks I'm on the cruise because I kept her as an example. Watch or listen.
Hey, it's Bobby. Molly is currently speaking on the Marketer's Cruise, sharing seriously sweet AI strategies that bring in sales. Are you out on the high seas with her?
Ooh, hi, Bobby. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. So tell me, did you grab the goodies Molly shared?
Yeah,
Or are you just here to soak up some AI magic?
I actually was with her on the cruise, and now I'm back soaking up the AI magic with the sun. I did get the goodies, yes.
I love that. Sun, AI magic, and Molly's goodies. Sounds like the perfect combo. So what's your name? I'd love to know who I'm chatting with.
Yeah, I actually am named Susan.
Susan? Such a lovely name. All right, tell me, what's your business all about? Are you already diving into AI tools or just getting started?
I'm actually already diving into AI tools. I really just would love a community of people who are already doing this kind of stuff. Does Molly have anything like that?
Oh, Susan, you're going to love this. Molly has a free Facebook group called AI Marketing for Entrepreneurs. It's packed with people just like you, diving into AI, sharing wins, and learning together. It's seriously such a vibe. Want me to send you the link to join?
Yeah, sure. That'd be great.
Awesome. Before I send it over, what's your best email? I'll make sure you get the link and maybe even a little bonus magic from Molly.
Guess what, Bobby? I have to confess, I'm not Susan. My name's Molly. It's actually me.
Wait, what? Molly, you totally got me there. Classic move. All right, now I'm officially on my best behavior. What's up, boss?
You're the best. Thank you so much.
Like,
Pretty cool, huh?
this is hilarious. I mean, I love this. This is a great example for sure.
And so for me, I would rather have, like, I've even had my clients ask me if I could make them one for them internally, but I'd rather have it be a team member that they're like connecting with who has their own personality, their own soul.
Yeah.
But
But it's cool that the high level can do all of this. They have come a long way from just being kind of a funnel builder to having all of this integrated into the platform.
man, so true. And they just are like up leveling it every single day. So again, if you guys want to try that out, you can go straight here. If you didn't get it on Instagram, this link will get you right there. But Naveed, are we good on time if we go like 15 more minutes? Because I've got
Yeah, we
super
have
advanced
we have
things.
time for sure. If you
Okay.
we mentioned a few things. I don't know if you have anything else, but we also mentioned like with the Notebook LM stuff
Oh
earlier.
yeah.
If you had time as well, so if
Yeah,
you
I
keep
would
going with
love
your stuff here for sure.
I would love it. Okay, good. I've got some more advanced things, and then I really want to come back to that notebook thing too.
Yep.
Okay, so we still have this potential problem of creating these zombies who are boring us to death. So I'm going to give you some bonuses that really stand out. In HighLevel, you can actually add your chatbots into their marketplace. One of my favorites, if you want to test them out, it's totally free. It's by my good friend Michael Reidenmer at CRM Pros, and it's called Pet Safe, and it is a bot that helps connect pet owners with the nearest vet. It is so awesome. My friend Rupert helped me set all this up, but you can actually make your own chatbots available in the marketplace. It's super cool. Okay, then you can also use these for delivery, of your products and services. So we have in that marketplace, we have one called Cora, the course coach, and she will actually be the coach in your business. And so the way that I did this, I prepped her with a template that allows you to then turn her into either a voice agent actually, I think she's just a voice agent. You could adjust it and make her a talking agent, a typing agent too. But we have Millie, the multiply coach in our program. Super awesome. You can also use AI as a service. Remember, this is AI that does something, it moves into action. So we've got things like a task buddy that helps people stay on task, an onboarding guide that guides them through step-by-step what to do next, workbook magic, which is like an interactive workbook, connectors, which is like in your CRM, you can actually attach this to things on the outside world. I'll tell you more about that in a moment. So we've gone through the AI Soul Blueprint, the Spotlight Effect, building your team, and now I'm just going to show you some quick advanced integrations because I think we can take this even one step further with agentic workflows. So there is a way to create multi-step workflows with tools like N8N, Make, Zapier, and MindPal. I don't know about you, but I have found that I don't actually need things like N8N all that much anymore because Claude and these I'm obsessed with Perplexity
No,
Computer as well.
100%. Like, yeah, this is what I mean. I'm glad you mentioned this because I think even a lot of people who were like I call it the N8N bros on YouTube and stuff like
Oh,
that, they have
100%.
moved away to talk about just Claude Code. And I mean, kind of makes sense a little bit because obviously Claude Code now is going more viral everywhere, and also I would say it's easier like to understand as well because Claude
So
Code
much
can act as
easier.
yes, your brain, and then you connect all these tools in your business. I mean, I'm sure you connect all the tools, even HighLevel can connect to
Yeah.
Claude via an MCP server, right? So that's kind of how you do it.
So actually, as soon as MCPs came out, I was like, yep, I'm not going to spend my time with N8N anymore because I know that I'm going to be able to just do this by talking to someone. So for those people who don't know what MCPs are, I will be showing that right now. So
I
you
mean,
can take
I didn't even know that. So that's cool. Yeah, that's such a good transition.
it's perfect. It's like I told you, I'm the AI fairy godmother. Okay, so you can take something like HighLevel, which if you don't know, the cool kids call it GHL, and connect it with an MCP. Now, what the heck is an MCP? It's a model context protocol. That means it's basically something that connects your dreams via like a switchboard operator to the right tools, but you don't even have to know which tool to use. You just say, I want to do this. And then it's like, great, I'll do it. It's amazing. Voice agents have MCPs built on the back end. There's also MCPs for third-party tools like MindPal. So are you using MindPal at all?
I have a MindPal account as well, for sure. Yeah.
I really
I use-
love it.
Yep.
I really, really love it. And so in MindPal, you can go into the integrations, and this is how I selected my MCP from my personal HighLevel account and gave it access to do all of these things. But you want to know what I did with it?
Sure. Yeah.
I made my own personal Chrome extension. So I actually did this on July 4th, 2025, the day that the MCP thing came out. I happened to have the morning off because it was the 4th of July here. So it was a holiday. I built this thing called BobbyBot, which she can go on any platform, and it's a direct integration into my HighLevel.
Okay.
So I'm like, is there someone named Mary Pendleton in our system? So this is actually my sister. And it doesn't go into LinkedIn. It's just sitting on top. So it's like having a little notepad here that connects to my CRM. And then it's like, yeah, here's her information. And then I'm like, great. Can you schedule a text to her that tells her her sister loves her? And it's like 100%. And it sends the text.
Yeah. It's awesome.
I made a written guide if you want to know how to do it. This is just a blog post and a little short YouTube video.
We'll link that up below the session here as well so you can check it
Awesome.
out if you're watching.
Amazing. So it's just Molly.live if you're listening for some reason, /GMCP. And like I said, it's just a blog post on my website. So good. Now, OMG, we did it. We did the AI Soul Blueprint, the Spotlight Effect, the building your own team, advanced integrations, and you may be feeling like, whoop, 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 or you may be feeling like I actually decapitated your head and you don't know how to move any further. Either way, I got you because so much is possible. And you can use these tools to make money with no excuses. So get started with this GPT prompt generator totally for free. You can grab it over on my Instagram. Just comment below with the word AICS. And Naveed, usually I end us with a little song, but before I do that, I would love to talk about Notebook. Do you want to, I'll stop sharing and I would love you to share more about the ways that you're using Notebook and Claude because I think it is such a good use case.
Sure. I mean, I just saw I was going into GitHub because I saw some people talking about it, but I was like, I'm using already NotebookLM, but I'm using it now for research. For example, in your case, obviously I know about you. We have known each other for years, but
Yeah.
if it's like a new speaker or something for a summit, I still automate this. So if I have a session for a summit, they go in to check my calendar and they see like a day before or 2 days before or something is going out automatically to NotebookLM to put in like usually YouTube videos or like other research because most of my speakers obviously they are creators or founders, so it's pretty easy to just do this research. I don't need a perplexity necessarily to go out there and do deep research. It's enough if I'm going to YouTube and stuff. And that Claude can actually do this pretty easily with. They have a CLI, I think, for NotebookLM as well. There's one that is really good, and there's also have an MCP. I find like CLI is a little bit less heavy on the system. So I use that with
Yeah.
a. I mean, you can use
So
it with the
CLI
code.
is command, just to explain for
Yeah.
everybody, it's a command line interface. That's what it stands for, right?
Yeah, you don't have to really know what it is. You just tell Claude to install it basically, and there it goes. I mean, that's how I use it. And you can then create these infographics and everything. And instead of you going into NotebookLM and doing it yourself, well, Claude goes out and do this work for you. I haven't even connected Telegram, so I can chat with Telegram when I'm on the go and telling him, okay, I missed this speaker. Can you please go out and research? And it all connects. And it might sound overwhelming. It's usually like connectors, as we talked about, to connect all these tools. And some of them have better than others, I would say, like a little bit
So what
easier.
are your
For
best
example,
suggestions for people who are just getting started? Because like on the back end, so
mm,
for those of you who don't know what the heck we're talking about, let me,
yeah.
because I am so obsessed with Claude, but I didn't have a bunch of about Claude in there. So let me just, I'm going to screen share if that's okay.
Yeah, I would love that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you go into, I got
It's
to
way
put my,
easier to understand when you're screen sharing too sometimes. So yeah.
yeah. So if we go into, oops, hold, sorry, screen. I have so many things
And have
open.
you connected as well, NotebookLM with Claude, Molly?
So I'm going to be super honest here. Yesterday, I was trying to figure it out and it told me you couldn't do it, but I was the same as you. I saw that you could, but I
It's
didn't
very
use
easy,
a
actually.
CLI
I
for
mean,
it.
happy to.
Yeah.
Yes, you go in. There's a GitHub repo. It's free, and it's like a few of
Okay.
them. But I know there's one that have both an MCP and a CLI, and you need to. I mean, we can probably link that up below as well. But for in your case, Molly, if you want to set it up, that's what I would
I
do.
would so love that.
I mean, it's amazing. Honestly, it's crazy good.
Would really, really, really love it. Because in here, so like this is Claude's desktop app, and I clicked on customize. So like if I go to do a new session here, I have the opportunity right here to do chat, co-work, or code. Now, a lot of people are using something like VS Studio. Are you using VS Studio? You said that earlier,
I
right?
use that
VS
as
Code, I
well,
mean,
but I think I like sometimes with the
VS Code.
CLIs to install them. Sometimes it works directly in the VS Code or even here inside of the code
So
inside of
I
the
find that
desktop.
when people look up videos about Claude Code, they're all saying that you have to use this thing called the terminal. I know you know what that is, but for people who
Yep.
don't know what it is, it feels so overwhelming because you see all of this code flying across the screen. But you can actually do a lot right inside this app. Not everything, but you can do a lot right in here. And then there's other tools like VS Code and other things that you can use. What is it? Visual Studio
Yeah,
Code?
Visual, I think Studio Code. I mean, that interface is not that overwhelming, I would say. But the benefit over the desktop is that you see your workspace on the left side usually. Is actually you just install an extension in VS Code and then it's all
Right.
there. And you can install a lot of, I mean, it's just a little bit better. And also I find the desktop sometimes is buggy and I never really have any issues in VS Code. But then if you want to do the more advanced things like connecting your Google Workspace CLI. That's like you have a connector inside of Claude. You can see the connectors, maybe Molly. So
Yeah.
you
So
have
if
a
you go to
connector. Yep.
customize and then connectors, you can connect all of these things, right? So like
Yep.
I have all this connected. You can go like there's so many things that you
But do
can
you know the
connect.
Google one is not that good in there because you only can do draft emails and stuff, but Claude can actually, Manus has a much better agent system right out of the box. You can actually send emails. Google, Claude cannot send any emails on your behalf here. It's only draft access because Google is very strict with their scopes, and I guess Claude never set it up in the desktop. But if you
It's
set
so
up
funny
actually,
because
yeah.
I get so nervous about giving it actual access to send things. I purposely have it set to only do drafts.
Yeah, but I mean, you can do it. It's like that you have the access. Like, for
Yeah.
example, you don't have as much scope here because Google is very complicated when you go into their cloud platform. It's like confusing as hell. I don't know if you've gone in there sometimes, but it's
Yeah.
it's not that nice. So yeah, then that's
So,
what I would
okay, so this
recommend
is
the
where
CLI.
you can give like connectors. There's also these plugins that you can use. And so the plugins are really cool. And they are almost like having these like skill building things right inside here. So there are so many plugins here, which I find to be insane and wild. All of these things in here.
Yeah, it's like
Um,
a collection of skills, right? You have like a few,
yeah.
or a collection, or you have some different tools built into it, basically. Yeah,
It's like a whole like if when you install them, it's like a whole it is like a collection. It's pretty cool. Okay,
yeah.
then when you are wanting to add something like a CLI or like adding a notebook, you do that because I did this with Remotion, which I think was using that same thing, right?
Yeah, remotion is amazing. Have you created videos like that?
No, I just started it yesterday.
I mean, I find this some. I mean, I have pretty good success, but you have to. I think the prompt is important to some extent because I tested some random things to just go to create something. I mean, it's cool that it can do it, but it's not always as mind blowing. You might have to have a few iterations. I think,
Well,
like,
and I feel like these things are gonna get so much easier. So for the people who are like freaking out that they got their computer to make a video for them, how much time did they use getting their computer to do that when they could have just had it done in 5 minutes somewhere else? I'm always like, going back and forth on I think there's value to doing things like that because you're learning the process, but I'm also like having
yeah.
Notebook in my Claude, when I asked it that, it was like, "No, there's no connection." I was like, "Ugh." So I knew it
Yeah,
was possible.
try to just go to after this or whatever when you want to set it up. Just go to the GitHub repo. Like there's one
Yeah.
specifically where they has like they got both the MCP and CLI, and then you go into Claude, ask it if you can install it. If it can't, you just go to the terminal. If you haven't used the terminal,
Yeah, I have.
you just
Yeah.
you just install. I mean, if for anyone watching, you will just go to install it. Like they just have a command to install it, and then to start it up, you just type in Claude in there, and then you can just give it a repo. It will install it for you, literally. I mean, that's
And just
how
for people who don't know what we're talking about, because now I said in the beginning we were gonna start slow and then get more
yeah.
advanced, explain what a repo is.
Yeah, it's in GitHub. I mean, I'm not so. I mean, I just started using GitHub like maybe a couple of weeks ago. I was never on there, but then I saw with Claude and all these things with skills. Apparently, GitHub is really important, and that's essentially where all the files and stuff like that lives. It's like syncs with kind of a folder on your computer, kind of,
So
and
it's like a
Claude can sync it.
repository
Yeah,
for the stuff. So you have to use that for some of these things. You have to have a repo or repository for it to have a place to like back things up,
and
basically.
have you built websites with AI? I mean, that's what I'm
Oh my
trying to
gosh.
replicate. Yeah, I'm trying to
Yes.
replicate my fancy design. Even this summit, I'm not sure at the time we're recording. I'm trying to build the exact website because I'm trying all in with Claude. I'm trying to like powered by
Okay.
Claude and obviously with my input.
Can I show you one? I'm so
Yeah,
proud. My team member Emma built this, and I am gonna show you right now. I love it so much, and I'm gonna tell you why I love it. We've built a lot of websites with it. This is just like a basic sales page, but look at a couple of things. So
Mm,
can you see the like slight animation in the background?
yeah,
It's like waving, and then the cursor has this like little bit of a hover of a pink hover.
very
This is
cool.
like whoosh. But then what was even cooler is when we first put this website together, it said instead of 297, it had a slash through it and said 197 because we had a coupon code that was good
Mm.
until this morning at 10 a.m. She told the Claude code, I want to make sure this website, the coupon code goes away at 10 a.m. Pacific time. And it made the adjustments on its own.
Yeah. I mean, this is crazy, and I mean,
It's so
Claude
cool.
usually uses like I mean, Next.js is not something new, but the Claude usually uses that, and you can like deploy it to Vercel or something. I don't know where you deploy your websites.
Yeah, we just use the HighLevel. So you can use the
Okay,
HTML, you can use HTML and put it into HighLevel.
okay, it works. So you Claude can actually design stuff that goes right in HighLevel.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check it
It's
out
not
because you have so many more features.
sometimes if you're doing things that are like what like AEO optimized, you have to use schema extra. But now GHL has a schema writer in the background. So
Very cool.
when you mentioned um the N8N bros earlier, I will say there are some people, some of them I'm friends with, who are like, ugh, people who hard shove code into GHL don't know what they're doing. Whatever. I make sales. So like,
No, but
it
it's
works.
It's interesting with the N8N because you can have a lot of the automations. Like I think the most valuable subscription you can have currently. I don't know about you, Molly, but I think it's the max plan of Claude because I'm probably spending thousands of dollars a month, but I'm only paying $200. Yeah, it might sound
Yeah.
expensive if you're starting out, but really, when you get used to it, yeah. But the pro plan, I think it's called, yeah, the pro plan is okay to get started, but you're gonna quickly realize you will run into limits if you want to use it a lot. I don't know about
And
you. Do you
we've
find the
been
same?
talking this morning with my clients who were actually just talking about using ChatGPT for any like basic, silly types of questions that you don't really need something powerful done, and then saving those tokens in Claude for the more powerful
But you
things.
don't need. I mean, if you are on the 200, I mean, even 100 to 100. I mean, I am on the $200 per month plan. I'm
Yeah,
never.
me too.
I ran out 1 week, but usually I'm not because I had multiple agents running.
Yeah, so I haven't run out, but I'm also using Perplexity Computer a lot,
Okay.
which we didn't even talk about, but I love
Yeah, but do
Perplexity
you know?
Computer.
I'm gonna share one. Most people don't know about this one. You
Okay.
might actually haven't heard about it. It's not that famous yet. Zoo Computer, ZO Computer.
No.
You gotta check that out. And yeah,
Okay.
it's not that famous. You might want to share. It's amazing. I swear. It's like
What is it?
because it is ZO Computer. I think the founders of it. I don't know about them, but I think they have worked at some prominent companies in the past. And then I said, okay, this is cool. One speaker on my summit, he was introducing me to this. It was like, this is amazing. And it's all about AI agents. So you can create your
what's
agents
the
there and you connect it to Claude.
but why is it so amazing? Like
Yeah,
compared to
because
the
you
others?
can, you can use your max plan of the or any pro plan or even ChatGPT with it. So you don't really need to pay for it. Like you can have like the RAM and stuff. You know how
Oh,
pepper,
I
I mean,
see. It's cheap also.
yeah, you can go up to 200, but it's mostly because you're paying basically for RAM and storage and capabilities. I mean, a computer, right? That's what you're paying
Okay,
for.
okay.
Yeah. You will love this because you can do so much with
Okay.
this. You can use it. You can even deploy websites straight from there. I mean, you can do quite a lot. Yeah,
Amazing.
that's a new one for you.
Ah, there's so many things. I saw
Yeah,
one of my
yeah.
clients talking about Little Bird the other day or something, and I was like, do not look, stay focused,
Yeah,
get
I've seen
clients,
that one.
keep clients.
Yeah, I've seen that. I mean, I might have to do a tutorial about Zoo Computer for this series as well. If you're
Yeah.
confused now when I'm talking about it, don't worry. I'll show you, and you can connect Claude to this via MCP and a lot of different. I mean, basically like imagine Claude living inside there. Even they even get sometimes confused who is what. I mean, they like you can connect it to Telegram as well directly with Zoo
Yeah.
Computer. So I think it's a great. I mean, even for the free plan, if you have any of the other subscriptions, you can use Zoo Computer and you can go quite far with it.
And it
So.
becomes like the face of your AI brain.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you can have it like I have a Telegram bot. It's called like Sue, like because
Yeah.
I thought it was funny.
So cool.
So, and I
love it.
connect it to like voice stuff, and yeah, I mean, you can do so much with this. I mean, the opportunities are endless.
Amazing. Okay, I would love to just wrap with one last little thing. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so we started with that dream. So I would love to bring us home with if happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh, why can't AI? That's all.
That's awesome. All right. Do you have any besides that beautiful song here? Do you have any final words of wisdom for people to get into that? I mean, you had a pretty awesome transition to like from the early, like from the easy or the beginner friendly to more advanced. So what would you say to people who are getting into this or maybe want to take things to the next level?
Yeah, so just don't skip the part about figuring out who you are as a human being. And like, really, I think our personal brands are the most important thing right now and building those real relationships. So figure out who you are first and then give yourself the gift of taking some time to put those systems into place. I know it may take a little more time up front, but it is going to be so worth it on the back end. There is this thing called the technology adoption curve. I did that curve before I said what it was. The technology adoption curve, and it mentions the innovators, then the early adopters, then the what is it? I don't know. And then it comes to the laggards. And I want to make sure you are not a laggard. Get on this. Naveed is just so awesome. You have so many people to learn from here with this summit. And get out there and actually do real things. Don't let this stuff get dusty sitting on your computer. Go talk to humans and make magic happen.
And where's the best place to connect with you? You mentioned it already in the presentation. I just want to make sure we wrap with that. And I mean, we'll link up everything we talked about as well, so you can find it there. But just in case you want to shout out
Yeah, if you
where
want
to
to head
find
there
you.
right now, I've got that GPT generator is for you at molly.live/AICS. Or you can find me on Instagram, Molly Mahoney Official, Facebook. That's where I live, really, is on Facebook with all the other Karens like me. Facebook at Molly Mahoney. My website's mollymahoney.com. I would love to help you reach out. I'm here as a human being.
Awesome. You always bring the value. That's why I brought you on here. And this was awesome. It was kind of really good to see kind of from the beginning stages to more advanced, and also I came in a little bit with some good stuff for you here.
Yeah,
So
I
do
love the
leave a
fact that you brought stuff too. So good.
yeah, I'm very much in the deep end of this especially with Claude Code, but I love that you mentioned also HighLevel on this. I'm gonna check that out more. They are definitely doing some cool stuff with AI. Yeah, if you're watching this, do leave a comment with your biggest takeaways, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao for now. Bye.